can remember to move that. Okay. Huh. Guess I could do that. Let me see. Oh crap! I can't do that. Actually, I could do this instead. Almost ready. Oh boy. I thought this was a. There we go. Oops. Guess I should be painting on the monitor. I'm noticing that my spray paint underneath is not very good. Hey, painting Hellblasters, Ultramarines Blue. I uh, I ordered 10 or 20 of them actually because I thought they were pretty good, and they kind of are. It's and the paint technique I'm using is something I don't believe is my own necessarily, but it's kind of like slap chop. I just coat it all in the color that it's mostly gonna be, and then after that I'll paint the details in. So Ultramarines, Hellblasters at the moment. No, these are not. These are official. I want to go two armies official, like all official models. So Tau and Ultramarines, and then the rest that I don't really officially play, I may 3D print. These are 3D printed, but I don't know how good of a quality you can see. I've been kind of testing some paint with their capes because that's a pretty good area to do testing on. I'll say my spray paint though doesn't seem to let my paint stick very well sometimes. Yeah, so but GW's stuff is going up in price again, and it's getting a bit much. Getting a bit much. Getting ridiculous. Okay, I think. Yeah. Oh, well, this is not actually officially contrast paint. This is actually here. Let me finish this up real quick, and then this is actually. I don't know if you can really see that. It's Ultramarines blue red shade from Liquitex, and I diluted it down with Flow-Aid, and in a sense made a contrast paint. You're not right, but you're not wrong either. Yeah, you could, and it's a very easy way to paint for me, and I kind of like um, how if you look, actually you can really see it. I think how there's like white lines. It's as though the paint was faded. So it's like this is like very very liquidy, very much non-professional painting, but I like the way it looks. So let's see it dry. Sometimes it doesn't quite dry right, and it could look terrible. But when you look at it as a whole, as an army, it might not look too bad. And again, these are in a sense infantry, so you don't want to spend too much time on these guys. But where you really should spend the painting time is your HQ and stuff. God dang, why is I don't know if I had this issue before or not. It's like it's not really it's like pulling apart. Maybe I diluted it too much. pulling apart too much. I tried actually. I don't think I have the Golden brand here. I tried one of their paints. It's very glossy though, and it's quite dark. I think I tried their dioxide purple, and it came out very glossy. And I think I do believe they may have like a matte version of their paint, but I don't think I see it around where I live. Jeez. Airbrush consistency. I need to learn how to airbrush. Oh yeah, I do have matte varnish for sure, but I already bought so much into Liquitex. Like I have a lot of their paints because I went crazy, and I gotta start using what I have. Yes, such a weird name, by the way. The Blick. I thought it was a joke, but I can't remember what I looked up on their website. There's something in particular in their website that I wanted, but again, I have like way too much of certain paints that I just need to stop buying stuff and stick with what I got. Although like I like the way, by the way, this Ultramarines blue dries as is, so it looks really nicely blue. Um, let me see. Okay, though this one has not. So this one hasn't. I haven't varnished it yet. I haven't finished painting it either. I don't think I have. I don't have. I don't have this colored varnish yet. But the problem with this color here, this blue, is when I varnish it, it turns a very very dark blue. So yeah, I guess when it dries this color and it looks very nice. But when I apply a varnish to it, for some odd reason, it just turns very very dark, and I have no idea why. People, when I showed a finished version of this color with varnish, people are really amazed. It's like that's a very deep blue. They keep saying that. It's like vent to blue, like the vent to black. Oops, wrong color. So it's, I guess you kind of have to be careful when you apply like a type of varnish to certain paints and stuff because it will change the colors. I don't know all the time or sometimes or what, but it definitely does with this blue. Looks like I'm just smothering it on there, and I really am. But I have to kind of try to make sure that it doesn't apply too heavily and spread it out a little bit, so it doesn't have like a very dark blue in a certain area. Hopefully that one will dry relatively quickly. Yeah, that's gonna be not good. That shoulder pad right here is gonna be very bad because it's so much paint there. There we go. Just kind of dab it. some of that paint off there. So you have some highlights. Use crystal clear. Then Vallejo matte finish. Here's the colors. Hmm. Um. I don't think I have my matte there. I kind of packed up most of my paint in the other room. What I ended up doing is I bought some matte varnish, of course, and what I decided to do because of how I paint, I'm gonna matte varnish everything, and then add some gloss varnish over certain areas to hopefully make it look like certain areas are shining. I don't know how that's gonna turn out, but you know, it's worth a shot. Yeah, for sure. So, what do you play 40K or what? Kinda dog. Hmm. Man, I need to evaluate my spray paint. Wonder what the heck is going on. I don't know if I had this much trouble when I did this last time. Whoa, dang, nice. I don't know if you can link your website or anything on the chat or not. I don't know what is acceptable. I don't usually stream, but I decided to start. Let's start at least while painting. Tyranids and Dark Angels. What do you think about the Dark Angels, by the way? In 10th edition, should I say? Maybe it's my maybe I thinned my paint too much, and that's why it's retracting a lot. Mm, I appreciate that. I hope to put up content more than just painting. Um, Hope to put up some 40K Infinity because a lot of people hate 40K at the moment. So they switched to Infinity. Ooh, man, that looks rough on that paint job I did. Ah, Infinity is interesting. It's a tabletop game as well, made by Corvus Bell or something like that. And it's kind of like Kill Team almost, except that you don't take turns. It's your troops that you put in your team adds orders to your pool. Hopefully, this doesn't get too complicated. And and based on and generally you have a team of 10, and then you have 10 orders to give out for your turn. So you have like a You can give out an order to move and shoot, to move and throw a grenade if you're within range. And then once your 10 orders are out, then it's your opponent's turn. This order is bitching at me to play a page like this. I did subscribe to one page some time ago. I haven't really looked into any of their games. Like, is that the My Mini Factory one page guy over there? Because I don't know if there's like a different one page they talk about, or if that's the same person or not. I think it is the same person in My Mini Factory. Yeah, I think so too. Oh, gotcha. So the only thing you play is just 40K, not like Kill Team or Age of Sigmar or anything like that. Okay, not to put too much. Hmm. Definitely got to reevaluate my mixture, even though I don't. I don't really measure it. I should though, because that would make it very consistent. You know, if you measure stuff. Oh, so you picked up on 10th edition? That's not good. Oh my gosh. I know someone in our shop that we go to play. He he's a very good painter, and he sells his, what do you call it? He'll paint stuff for you for a fee. I guess you could say that. And there's one person in our shop that just buys a lot of armies, doesn't stick with them, but has him paint it. And we always feel bad about the person because he doesn't really have enough time to play the game because he's either schooling or painting the minis, and he has a lot of minis that he has to paint, not only from that one guy but other people too. But the thing is that we kind of make fun of him because the one guy that he can't paint because he has like he jitters a little bit too much, so he has this painter paint for him his armies, and and we say that this guy that that has the jitters kind of put him through college. He really kind of did because he I don't know how many armies he bought and went through and had that person paint. Like I think he went through orcs, dark angels, Tau, Votan, dark elves, um, Imperial Knights. Now he's coming to demons and dark angels back again. He sold some of his space marines and now he's going back to dark angels again. I told him not to sell any of his stuff because he'll end up rotating back to it anyway. And if he didn't sell any of his stuff, he would literally have essentially all the armies. But he keeps um, trading them into the shop to get store credit, and you only get about I think 50% of the value. And mind you, he not only bought that from the shop, but he also paid to have them painted. For sure. Oh man, do you have like a quick technique, like how to, like, obviously, like, models like this aren't necessarily meant to have great detail in them because they're just infantry troops. So you're gonna paint them good, but not like great details like characters. So do you have like tricks and tips and stuff about like how to quickly paint, basic infantry to make them look good? Yeah, I need to probably go grab my my blue so I can thicken it up a little bit. Maybe it's just too liquidy because that's very, that the shoulder pad is very dark. That's not good. I don't know if I can scrape it off before it's too late. That's not too bad. It's terrible, but not bad. Start a lighter color first, like eyes. Oh, mess! I've accepted my mess ups, man. If I didn't, I would never finish. I would never finish if I never accepted my mess ups. I have to blend that out and turn it with darker colors. You heard the painting slap chop, or the technique called slap chop? I'll be right back. I gotta go grab a undiluted version of Ultramarine Blue. All right, I'm back. Oh man, you talking fancy terms there, man. It's not the deleted one. Oh, are you? Guess let me ask this question too. Um, are you also good like sculpting and stuff, like with the green stuff and all that, or with plastic in general, plastic cards? It makes me think of this one guy back in the 90s or 2000s. Um, he's amazing, amazing painter and an amazing sculptor too. She's great. That's awesome. Dang. I was thinking about actually using like markers and stuff, like five pen pencils and stuff to paint some details and such. Look good. Um, Hmm. Post. I've heard of. God damn, I can't remember what it's called. But they're like alcohol markers. I don't know. Like, I guess what type are postal markers? Are they alcohol markers? Okay. Yeah, you you seem to know a heck of a lot for sure. Especially when you start talking about like what specifically alcohol markers are good for this and that. Man, I'm sure that I'm sure that took some time to learn. It's like this is great for that and all of that. I'm a simple man. I use very simple techniques, and even then, I'm not that great at them. Only if you don't mind me asking, what country you're from? Oh crap! Because I'm just kind of curious as to like people who watch my content, or at least when I stream, should I say? Um, I assume most people are going to be from Europe because of the time that I'm streaming. Oh, okay. You just so happen to be up this early in the morning, like me. Oh, yes. Ah, so what's a fella like you doing up, or person like you doing up this late at night? Some of that paint out so it doesn't come on. Jeez, you have me buck. Oh man, gotta clean that out because it's getting. Oh wow. Oh, when you say finishing a page, I assume writing. Now, I'm assuming finishing a page as an artist, you mean like drawing. Mm, that's pretty cool. When I was in middle school, ooh, that's some thunder about to happen here. When I was in middle school, I used to draw. I would look at the picture and try to copy it, as in like picture here and drawing here. I was never good at just drawing like straight out of my head. Never got good at drawing, but it's fine. I accepted my fate. So I guess what company do you draw for? I don't know if you draw for like Marvel or Image, Dark Horse. I don't know if those things are still a thing. That's too much paint in that area. And I wish the stupid heart in my chat would not be there because it blocks some of the words that you're typing. It's like and I think he says, rise from the ground in something a coliseum, as annoying as it sounds. So that word is blocked because of a stupid freaking heart that I don't know how to remove. Uh, oh, inside a coliseum. I draw a ton of ghost Spartan soldiers rising from the ground inside a coliseum. As long as that sounds. Everyone. Ah. Huh. I didn't know that existed. So, have you played any 40K games yet? In at least in 10th edition? You said you got back into it, but I don't know if you played. Ooh, it is sticking very well now. Okay, so I probably should dilute it. Maybe I put too much paint. Um, yeah, almost all artists have ghosts. Things to editors. Make sure it sticks to it. Man, that is. I guess that is a thing about also the United States. Something that I'm building on is gotcha. So how much have you gotten built so far? If you don't mind me asking. Okay, this is feeling much better. The paint seems like the paint's sticking more so perhaps it was a bit diluted too much. And now seems like about the right dilution. Yes, this is perfect. It's sticking for the most part. So not as a play the scariest standard armor is 5,000 plus G. I'm building a bit different. Still a lot of Gene Stealers. Are you gonna? You're not Gene. Are you going Gene Stealer cults? Or are you going? You said Tyranids, but I don't know if you also meant maybe Gene Stealer cults as well. Tyranids, not Gene Stealer cults. It's really weird. You figured if you like Gene Stealers, you go Gene Stealer cults, but I don't know. I don't. I haven't really played the Tyranids or the Gene Stealers. So I'm not sure how true I guess the Gene Stealer cults are, but then again, I guess they're just the Primarch, I believe it is, and Gene Stealers, and then of course the humans. That's about the only thing Gene Stealer cults is just a few Gene Stealers, and everything else is just transform human. It seems not really Tyranids. Tyranids, the Nids did come out, so they have their full codex out. I don't know if I've heard anyone play purely Gene Stealers. The Stealers of Pants. What do you call it? Detachment do you? Oh man, I need to this up a little bit more. What detachment? Gene Stealers was 3 points back then, so imagine having a Gene Stealer. Jesus, really? There were 3 points? And you said 5,000, so that's almost 2,000 Gene Stealers because 6,000 would be 2,000 Gene Stealers. It's almost 2,000. It's 1,000. That'd be 999, so 333, so 1,677 Gene Stealers, I believe. If my calculations are correct. Do you still have those Gene Stealers? Good lord, that's a lot. Oh yeah, of course. It's a classic. I don't remember what Gene Stealers had back in the day. I don't think they had invul saves. And I'm assuming they had probably like a 5-up save, so a lot of the weaponry would just bypass armor. Because in third edition, if the AP equates to your armor save, then it just completely bypasses it completely. I'm painting like outside of the freaking. Definitely something wrong with the spray paint. I need to maybe look into a better spray paint. Uh, kind of figured since Gene Stealers only could melee, they'd hit on threes. But I mean, 3 points per model though. Good lord. Did you have like movement trays and stuff back in the day? Because that's got to be a pain in the butt. Because I know with the people I play with right now, they one person wanted to go a whole bunch of boys because the orcs have I guess a pretty good set for boys, a pretty good detachment for boys, and he's running I think 60 boys, and that takes a little bit of a movement. Just could imagine how long it takes you to set up your army. It's like, hold on, give me an hour to set up so many models. Okay. I had a friend of mine back in third edition, third, fourth, or fifth edition, had lictors too. Old One Eye as well. Jesus, and then we called the Hive Tyrant Queen because it kind of looks like aliens with the queen and aliens. I still call the Hive Tyrant a queen though. As a matter of fact, um, there was a guy that goes to a shop, but he ended up being deployed again to Japan, I believe, and he painted his um, Tyranids as insects because he painted all this Tyranids insects because he also has a hobby of taking pictures of insects and stuff, and it was freaking pretty good. It's a lot of metallic paint and stuff because of the carapace, and of course the bugs in nature are pretty vibrant as well. I'm in Mississippi, and he's a military person. Oof, my gosh, this paint's not sticking again. But yeah, I'll paint black with amethyst. When you say amethyst, do you actually buy like the gems, or do you uh, paint amethyst? Because actually, I did buy some like gems and stuff that I was gonna put on my beastigores on their foreheads, make them stand out. Make them look different from other beastmen in fantasy. Like red and blue, or like how to say how to, I guess, maybe like metallic colors. Oh, so you like the dry powder maybe? I remember seeing some videos about that where a lot of people make kind of use dry powder and the binders and stuff. Wow, do you do that? I mean, at least you have control over the colors and stuff for sure. Yeah, I don't know if I can go that deep. Again, I'm definitely not a professional painter. I paint to I don't know if acceptable standard is really, but I paint to what is, I guess, I find acceptable. And even then, I still have a standard, but not that great. All these years of painting. Yeah, exactly. I mean, decent quality paint, though, I guess, is something that you have to say to people who, even if they are not professional, not necessarily to go cheap on the paint, because paint does matter. I remember painting my Space Marine back in the day with folk art paint from Walmart. It worked. Kind of want to go back to that. I don't I don't know how I don't know how good of a quality folk art paint is anymore. I'm sure it wasn't great back in the day, but man, $1 for like a 2-ounce bottle. That's funny. My gosh. need to figure out what's going on with my spray paint because I don't like having to repaint over this stuff because it doesn't make it look right. What? How did the paint stick to the models if he spun them around his head? Did they wait till it dry a little bit and then spun them? Kind of crazy. Hmm. Oh, really? I remember one of the paints I used to use. Um, it's a hobby paint. It's not an acrylic type paint. It's a I can't remember what it's called anymore. um, they sell it in Hobby Lobby. It was paint that you had to mix. I don't think it was oil paint though. I can't remember what it's called. It's very liquidy, but it's the kind of paint that I think they stick next to car models and stuff in Hobby Lobby. I don't know if you ever went to Hobby Lobby and saw that or not. Man, yeah. What's it called? Not varnish, not acrylic. Yeah, I don't remember. I remember using it sometimes, and then I don't know. I just didn't like it for some other enamel. Yeah, testers. Yes, that's it. Testers for sure. This testers paint. Enamel paint. Yes, I think that is it. That is it. I don't know how good of a quality that kind of paint is. It looks professional. It's more expensive than folk art paint. It's more than $1 a bottle, so that's fancy stuff in my book. Ah, I do remember people also. I think airbrushing with those things too. Mm, this did not help too much. I don't remember why I didn't like it. I think it's because it just I don't know. I just never really got into that paint. I guess because it's again more expensive, um, and it's a lot easier to get a hold of folk art paint. And then I watch actually some people on YouTube who are professional painters too, and they painted with folk art paint or not folk art, but I don't know if it's a cheaper version or the more expensive version, but Apple Barrel brand. They did a very good job. Like I mean, even with cheap paints, if you're a good professional painter, you can work magic on paints to deal with. Wait, I don't I don't know if that was the case for me, but so like I remember looking up a chart for folk art and Apple Barrel, and I think they had like a list of like what's considered to be like basic entry level paints compared to semi professional to professional paint. I don't know where like Apple Barrel compares to like folk art paint. I don't know if folk art's more like professional compared to Apple Barrel, which is more entry level. You know, super. Oh, really? I remember always looking for those 40% off coupons from Hobby Lobby. They don't have those anymore, so I'd I'd go there buy one paint for 60 cents. Actually, it'd be a little bit more because Hobby Lobby charged like $1.30 for their paint for their folk art paint, while Walmart only charges $1. But with a 40% off coupon, it's a little bit cheaper. Add more paint. Breaks over. Oh shoot, yeah. Well, I won't say I have a break, but I do have to go to work, and I meant to only stream for about an hour. Let's see how long I've been on. Oh, I've been on for about an hour. I hope to do this more consistently around this time. So, but I kind of want to, I guess, finish the little paint that I have left, and then I'll stop myself. Mm, hmm? Let me know it's you. God. So here's the first guy. It looks terrible and decent at the same time. Because the paint's not sticking, it makes it look really bad. It makes it look bad. Well, I mean, the camera is terrible, so it probably makes look everything better, like 10 times better than it really is. I mean, I kind of did it with this person right here, and this, oops, and this one turned out okay. You can, it's the paint stuck to it a lot better. You can't really see it in the picture, but yeah, it's hard to see. But you can see kind of like what looks like edge highlighting, but because the paint retracts from the edges, it does a really great job. And also, I didn't quite thin out the red, so it didn't look like there's there yet. Again, not finished painting. I'm gonna paint the little things there, but this turned out decent. And then also did with my towel here. So it looks messy. Man, it looks like almost a solid color in the video, but it's like darker shades and lighter shades of purple. And when I varnish it, is going to it's going to be a darker purple, but it looks like different shades. But since it's a stealth suit, it's going to look like, in my opinion, no, I think it's fine. Whenever I had to what you call it, when I add the varnish, it's going to darken a lot of it up, and I don't want it to be too dark. and and um and I'm gonna also it's gonna look darker and lighter in a lot of areas. And what I'm hoping to do is matte varnish and then just kind of you know go crazy with the gloss varnish. to look like some areas are shining, some areas are not. Like it's the stealth is like reacting or whatever. But I like this technique with the when the paint sticks. It looks decent. It doesn't look good, I guess, individually, but when I think if you look at it in an army, it looks pretty good. I guess it also depends on your style of how you like to paint your models. I really like it. That's the reason why I kind of started painting my Marines this way, and it's a bit easier to paint them, but until you get to the detail parts. Excuse me. But yeah, um, it has its advantages and disadvantages, of course. I'm not looking for perfection, but looking for good enough. That's the best I could do. Good enough. Oh, I think you can. Oh, actually, hold on. Let's see. I have. We did finish drawing. So again, it's this is my Tau commander, and you can kind of see like lighter purples and darker purples, especially in the wing right here. You see like dark and light. I did not. I again I painted it just like very watery and it kind of contracted. So you can kind of see, like, yeah, you see, this is actually what it looks like whenever I varnish it. This is how it looks not varnished, and this is what it looks like when it's varnished. It just changes the color for some odd reason. I'm still not done with them with his eyes, but for the most part, I am done with him. Metallic, gold. You know, it looks really good when you in person. The camera just kind of almost blends the color together. So yeah, but I need to paint his eyes because his eyes are still purple. Yeah, he's pretty nice. So yeah, I really like the commander. The commander paint thing turned out great. Yeah, again the blue too. Like it turns to. I don't have a varnished blue here, but it turned like really dark. Yeah, again, just something. I guess I was inspired from the slap chop. Instead of using contrast paint, I decided to use the paint that I already bought and just thinned it down, and it seemed to work. But something's going on with this one where the paint's not sticking and it's annoying. I gotta find out what's going on with either my primer, which is the same one I use, but perhaps it's not sticking enough. I don't know. So I might have to put these guys in a jewelry cleaner with LA Totally Awesome. All right, man. I don't mean to hold you up if you gotta go. Finish your job. Guess I'm going to do the same once I'm done using this paint so it doesn't go completely to waste. And if these guys don't turn out right, I'm going to put them in that LA Totally Awesome cleaner and strip them of their paint. All right, man, take it easy. Been fun talking, and have fun with your stealer of pants and your dark angels who are paranoid. Well, now the paint's sticking. There is got to be something going on with the with the spray paint. Oops. Not too bad. Whoopsie. All right. Too much paint. Oof. Yeah, that's looking rough. Yeah, it looks ugly. This might be going in the freaking. Well, let's see what happens after it dries. One more probably, and I think he'll be out of paint. Man, I should go to sleep early. A lot of paint on the face. Hmm. Oh, almost out. This guy's gonna be unfinished, but they'll be alright. It'll be for tomorrow. There we go. Ooh, man. Alright, well, I am officially out of at least paint for now, and I am calling it. Or at least for now. Ooh. Oh man. Alright, I gotta call it for tonight. If you like my content, please consider subscribing. Thumbs up, thumbs down below. Thanks for watching. I'll